Well, this is a story with West Michigan ties that's getting international attention now. We first told you last week about this hazing incident involving Battle Creek soldier Sergeant Philip Roach. He was smacked in the chest with a wooden mallet. It's tough to watch that video. He seems fine for a moment, but then he collapses and he hits his head on a chair. That caused Roach to need 6 staples in his head, but despite his serious injuries, it could have actually been much worse. We wanted to know just how dangerous this kind of activity can be. And for more on that, I'm joined right now by Dr. Andre Gorey, an electrophysiologist at Spectrum Health Meyer Heart Center. Thank you for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
That video is so disturbing to see when somebody winds up with a wooden mallet and then smashes it into the chest of someone else. What does the heart, the impact of that blow, what kind of an effect does that have on someone?
Yeah, absolutely. Very disturbing video to watch. There's a disease entity called commotio cordis, which is a disease where a person with a totally normal heart, normal health prior, gets hit in the chest at the exact wrong time or exact right time of the heartbeat to send that heart into a cardiac arrest. They actually go into ventricular fibrillation. And oftentimes they collapse, and more often than not, it's a fatal condition. Now, whether that's what happened with this Army sergeant or not is unclear, but I've seen videos of this disease before, of this problem before, and it looks pretty similar.
So after an impact like this, what are we talking about with the short term and compared to the long term? Is this going to be some sort of permanent damage? Is this one initial devastating blow here, or that he can recover from fully, or is this something that may see problems down the road? Yeah,
well, from a heart standpoint, if you have commotio cordis, unless, in most cases, unless you get defibrillated or with a shocking device, those patients die. Fortunately, he did not die if that's actually what happened to him. But from a long-term cardiac standpoint, if you resuscitate, there's usually not long-term damage. Now, this individual, I think, is also stating that he may have some neurological damage from his head trauma, which would be unrelated to his cardiac condition.
Right, because he fell, he hit his head on that chair, had to have staples put into his head as well. So the injuries from that really still unclear.
Correct.
Do you ever see people come into the Heart Center with injuries like this, as far as maybe kids or football players, things like that? How much of a blow do people in the community that may be involved in sports take in a situation like this?
Commotio cordis, fortunately, is very rare, but it usually occurs in younger children. The average age is about 14 to 15, and it occurs in sports like football, baseball, karate, getting a strong blow to the chest at the wrong time. And unless there's someone there doing CPR or giving a shock with a defibrillator, most often than not, these cases are fatal.
Wow. Okay, Dr. Andre Gorey, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. We'll continue to follow that story as well. Back to you.